The world's growing population needs to learn more quickly how to live well within the reality of one single planet, shared by all in a race against time. We need to do more with less, water in particular. This process of transformative change requires new competencies, new learning approaches, new technologies, including social technologies, and importantly, a hopeful vision of the future. Why change if the future is grim?
I consider the present situation as full of opportunity for developing countries for a number of reasons. One is that many of these developing countries do not have a large installed base in the previous generation of technologies.
People change only with stories, not with raw facts. It has to be a narrative. And the narrative has to be tilted towards the future, towards the solutions, towards the fact that there is a way out.
I think there are good examples around. Singapore is a very good example of how they brought about awareness of the issue of clean water and the importance of clean water and conserving clean water in a relatively short period of time. There is nothing which says that we cannot use that same example and use our technologies available to us today to mainstream this thinking.
Current formal, informal, and non-formal systems of education appear to be poorly equipped to ensure that present and future generations will be able to learn and change in time to manage a world without sufficient water. Intergenerational equity is in question. Today's fast-paced and complex society seems to require a knowledge and wisdom accelerator, enabling us to do more with less and faster than ever before.
It's really all about cooperation, and so we have to re-educate the educators because they're still on the old program. So there's a big job.
From kindergarten all the way to the 12th grade, there should be a much more systematic exposure to all global issues, including water, in very practical ways and often taught in multidisciplinary ways. You would expose children to much more multicultural teachings where they get the sense of how it feels to not have water in Africa and to have to search for water for hours as opposed to just opening a tap.
Life is about surviving together on this planet. So we will have to create institutions that depart from that notion, that it is our shared, our common interest to cooperate in order to, let's say, share the resources we have and also maintain and conserve these resources for the future, for ourselves, and for those who come after us.
So this will be the test of evolution. Will we make it? It's all up to us, and we're coming up to graduation time.
Accelerated learning for sustainable development is about meeting the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. It is also about being a part of organizations and systems of governance that are living systems in alignment with nature, so all life will flourish. Time is of the essence, for mounting ecological debt is reducing environmental, economic, and human security. Fundamentally, accelerated learning for sustainable development is about being responsible global citizens, co-creating a transition to a positive, peaceful, sustainable future by choice.
You might say that the planet now has become the programmed learning environment for the humans, and we are being gently nudged along to learn our lessons. And the lessons are that you're not going to survive on this earth unless you learn to cooperate and share and be respectful of each other and all life forms, and make all these value commitments explicit
Certainly in terms of the generational part, I'm very keen on making sure that the younger generations grow up with this awareness so that this becomes part of habit as you become older.
Imagine the core values for a life-sustaining civilization to be the DNA strands driving society's every action. Consider how they would fuel lifelong learning experiences that develop knowledge capacity for fundamental change. Given our current and emerging core values in societies, how can we accelerate learning such that individual and collective actions to manage our water resources efficiently and equitably have measurable impact in society within 3 to 5 years rather than decades? What learning innovations, solutions, and social technologies are required? What interventions in your country's educational systems show promise to achieve timely results? Share your vision and shape our future.